conditions were perfect for the second leg of the 2018 SPAR Grand Prix, held on a cool Saturday morning in Port Elizabeth. As the sun rose over Pollack Beach, thousands of women streamed in from all over Nelson Mandela Bay for their 5 and 10 kilometre challenge races. As always, the atmosphere was festive and charged with nervous energy. This is such an exciting day in Port Elizabeth, the 25th running of the SPAR Women's Challenge here in Nelson Mandela Bay. Big crowd, and for a change, beautiful weather. Bit of a breeze, nice and cool, but no rain. So we really have got a fantastic race ahead of us. Amongst the elite runners were the Palula twins, Lebo and Lebogang, who have been at the very pinnacle of South African middle distance racing for an amazing 17 years. We took time out to visit them at home in Soweto.
Dedication and motivation and discipline, that's a motto that I always use for my side. If you wanna be more on athletics, you need to respect what you're doing. Never ever give less on your training. You need to motivate yourself that you wanna achieve this, you will do it.
We had a good coach once. We used to coach by Spiwe. He's the one who told us never run the road so much because it's gonna end your career. So the only thing that you have to do is you have to stick on track and field and cross country, because that thing's gonna build you from scratch. Even now, for me, it's very hard to do the marathon because I saw the first time that I was lacking with speed because I was doing more mileage. So I took back. I told myself to back off, to do the longer stuff than to do the middle distance. So now I'm more focused now on my 10 kilometers and the cross country.
The foundation of athletics, it's cross country and track and field. For our young generation to improve more or last longer in athletics, never dwell more on the roadside because it's gonna kill you, it's gonna eat your speed, it's gonna eat your speed side. For me and my sister, what we did, we stayed longer on the track and field side when we were young. We just told ourselves that to be more focused, let's not run for money, let's do a sport with the love. My role model is Richard Meyer. He's the one who gave us the structure of running. Richard has played a good role that if you want to achieve more, my darlings, you need to be more on cross and track and field.
My uncle who passed away told us, you're going far with this, so you need to be disciplined with what you are doing. So we follow whatever he told us. Even now, we're still here and we're still doing good.
We do sometimes get lazy for our morning run, but with the help of my husband, when I'm lazy, he'll just tell you, no, there's no chance for you to get lazy. You need to wake up. You've got the little one to take care of it. When that hit in my mind, I'll just take my training shoes and get in the road.
No, for me, it's no, I'm always staying training.
She's lying. She's lying. No, she's the laziest one. She's very lazy, this one.
I would like to thank SPAR because it helped us a lot. I bought a house with the money that I've got from SPAR leaders, but I was keep on winning from SPAR and save my money. But I've won the big money from SPAR and I save it. I bought a house in Naturena, and I will say it helped us a lot. SPAR, it's playing a big role in our life.
For me, being a first black woman to qualify for the Olympic marathon, that's history. I did open the channel for each and every woman that they can still do it. We can qualify for the Olympics. Even though we think that it was not gonna happen, it did happen.
What I'm gonna tell my grandchildren with all my highlights, I was in PE, I don't remember the year, we were doing the SA track and field. I ran my 800 and I ran a PB without no warm-up, without no supplement. I was running alone in front. She followed me, ran a 201. Boom, we qualified for the Commonwealth. That's a great story for me.
My goals is to see myself qualifying for 2020 Olympic and for 2019 to qualify for the World Track and Field, but with road marathon. I'm gonna go back to it and try to qualify next year.
I want to see myself be on the top 3 Grand Prix, because last year I was in top 4. I want to see myself performing better than last year, because I struggled last year, and 2019 is to be on the world champ, because I've never been on the world champ with track and field. Then 2020 to see myself on the Olympics. I'll be so happy to do the marathon with my sister, because I know we're gonna do our best, because we together this year. It's a big thing. The Palulas are back, both of them.
But for the famous twins from Soweto, this was not going to be an easy task. Lining up and hoping to remove them from their traditional position as champions was a group of young pretenders. Kesa Molotsane, Glenrose Zaba, Cherise Sims and other potential champions. After the gun, the leaders set off along the beachfront. Ahead of them, a testing journey around Summer Strand. At first, the pace of the lead pack was on the slow side, with Maria Shai in the black and red of the Boxer Club leading the way. The group was packed with contenders, both Palula twins, Glenrose Zaba, the Nedbank duo of Patience Marowi and Rudo Mondewa, and Cornelia Jabert. KPMG in the blue colours had Zintle Ziniwe and Christine Kalmer in there as well. After 1 kilometre, they were still all together. Even the first over 40 runner, Bilelwa Samai on the left-hand side of the picture, was able to hold the pace, which was around 3:30 per kilometre, not demanding for these runners. A slowish start such as this changes the race completely. The longer it lasts, the greater the likelihood of a very fast last 3 kilometres, which favours sprinters such as Kesa Molotsane, Marowi and Mondewa. Soon the real battle started. Glenrose Zaba, second in Cape Town, and wearing race number 2, 2017 SPAR Grand Prix winner Kesa Molotsane with number 1, and Zintle Ziniwe of KPMG joined Jabert, Marowi and Mondewa up front. Now the pack was down to 10 runners and the pace quicker than 3:20. At stake here was not only substantial local prize money, but also valuable SPAR Grand Prix points. PE is the second of 6 races over the year, so a series of regular top 10 finishes will usually guarantee the athlete a decent slice of the more than 400,000 rand in prize money at the end of the year. There were now 9 leaders approaching the 4 kilometre mark. With the pace still on the slowish side, we saw Glenrose Zaba and Cornelia Jabert starting to take control. Both these runners knew that a fast finish would hurt their chances of winning. The halfway mark was at the highest point in the course. Now Glenrose was pushing the pace, but a niggling hamstring strain was hampering her efforts to go flat out. Molotsane, Kalmer, Ziniwe, Marowi, Palula and Mondewa were all in there behind Zaba. But traffic congestion on the road was also not particularly helpful. Closing in on 7 kilometres, the pace quickened, as expected. Kesa Molotsane was looking quite comfortable, but Marowi, Ziniwe and Palula were also relaxed and in control. No clear favourite had emerged, which was playing right into Kesa's game of a fast finish. She was the definite sprinter in the group. Kesa was the winner of the 2017 SPAR Grand Prix and made the perfect start this year by winning the Cape Town leg back in March. This master's student from Free State University is coached by former champion runner Serena Cronier, and together they make a formidable, possibly even unbeatable combination. But Kesa has a packed racing schedule this year, and selecting events is going to be challenging.
We need to qualify for African Championships for track and field. That's going to be in Nigeria just the beginning of August. We are still working on that because we're still not sure whether to go for it or not to go for it due to many other reasons. Because we have to accommodate some other disciplines as well. We have to be looking for the cross-country season as well, taking care of the Grand Prix as well, and yeah, so I have to jungle everything else together just to, to be in the Grand Prix. So I think for now, the focus will still be the SPAR ladies.
Local Port Elizabeth runner Ntombi Mfunzi was safely in the top 10 and doing the hometown proud. Ntombi is a regular winner on the Eastern Province road circuit. Just ahead of her was Lebogong Palula, one of several previous SPAR Grand Prix winners in the race. By now, the leaders had gone downhill for a kilometre and had reached the beachfront, with 2 kilometres of flat running ahead of them back to Pollock Beach and the finish. Last year at exactly this point, Kesa Molotsane had charged into the lead, and this year looked like being a carbon copy of 2017. Her speed on the downhill to Beach Road had once again been too much for the other contenders, and now she was well clear of Glenrose Zaba. This is a famous part of Port Elizabeth, with landmarks such as Happy Valley, the Boardwalk and Casino, and the Summer Strand Beach, all part of the last section of the Port Elizabeth SPAR Challenge. Try as hard as she might, Glenrose could make little impression on the gap between herself and Kesa. But the young boxer runner has made huge strides in the past year, and this was going to be a repeat second place after an excellent run in Cape Town in March. The runners were literally lining up behind Glenrose for the minor places. Patience Morowi and her Nedbank teammate Rudo Wandoa was split by Zintle Zaniwe, who was now just ahead of Lebogong Palula and Christine Kalmer. But no one was going to haul in Kesa, who was now running at her fluent best, under 3 minutes per kilometre, and looking at her second consecutive SPAR Grand Prix win of 2018. And then it was the climax of the 2018 SPAR Grand Prix second leg in Port Elizabeth. No surprise to see Kesa Molotsane of KPMG charge into the finishing straight to win yet another SPAR Challenge race. It was a commanding performance yet again, but one that saw the slow early pace result in a relatively slow winning time.
It was a bit slow that I even felt like there is no chance that any of us is going to run under 34. But my main focus was just to finish the race, and probably in a podium finish. The most important thing is to see where you are. If I could just pull off at least a podium finish with all of them, then I would be very, very happy. And I'm really glad that I came first this morning, just to be in a very comfortable position as in the Grand Prix as well.
As in Cape Town, Glenrose Zaba ran a fine race, even with an injury, to grab second spot. 4 runners, Patience Morowi, Rudo Mandoa, Zintle Zaniwe and Christine Kalmer, were all on the finish straight together. But Glenrose was not entirely happy with her run.
Yesterday I just have a little bit of disappointment because I just feel my hamstring that is very bad. I can't run very fast. And my plan was to run very fast because I know that I can run 33, 20 something, because I saw the record of PE that is 33, 36. So my plan was to go fast, but I did not because I was scared to pull the hamstring.
From the start I was with the pack, and I was just thinking maybe this race I gonna win or I gonna in top 5. That was only my plan, to be in top 5, not in top 3. So I'm very happy.
Lebo Palula looked disappointed with her run as she stayed just ahead of veteran Janine Carey and over 50 champion Judy Bird. Molotsane won easily in the end by 15 seconds, with Ntombi Mfunzi and Cherise Sims making the top 10 as well. All of these runners broke 35 minutes. Age category winners besides Judy Bird were Balewa Samai, Nicole Lowe and Margie Saunders in the over 60 age group. Kesa and Glenrose remain at the top of the SPAR Grand Prix list, but Mondoa, Zaniwe and Kalmer now move into the top 5. An hour after the first race started saw the crowd lining up for their 5-kilometre run and walk. It was a sea of pale green shirts out there in the bright sunshine, everyone enjoying the perfect wind-free conditions. This is the beating heart of the SPAR Challenge. All those ladies out there in the warm sunshine, enjoying the fun, friendship and fitness that always goes with a ladies-only race. They come from far and wide with their friends, and some even bring the kids along. In the end, though, it's all about enjoying yourself.
It's fun. Get out, get fresh air, and it's a little bit of exercises. Awesomeness.
It's worth it. It's for your health. It's a nice walk.
I wanted to be part of the biggest women's challenge in Port Elizabeth, and I wanted to be part of what the women are doing here, revolutionizing health and doing it together as women.
And had good laughs, lots of pictures, met people, chatted along while. It was just a great experience.
Now that I am unable to walk on my own as I used to do, I just feel the environment is healthy for me, very healthy for me. Meeting some of the old people, of the old faces that I can still and remember who I am, I very feel much blessed.
Eventually, they all finished, in their hundreds and in their thousands, with happy families and friends at the finish to welcome them home.
Well done!
For many, this was their first ever race, their first ever medal, and their first ever finishing time. What a celebration it was.
I think the Port Elizabeth women have embraced the race, and it's just become so much more popular and a fun event, a time for family to get together, for women to enjoy the camaraderie, and then to test themselves on the 10K and to have fun on the 5K. So it's been a very special evolution of the race, and it just continues to grow. So 25 years, very special. This race is all about us giving back to the community and the people who support us. So it's just one way for us to say thank you to our community, to the people who shop in our stores. And it's just a big family of environment of the municipality and the traffic and Warmer Athletics, everybody getting together and holding hands. And it's a lovely camaraderie family team event.
This was the 25th running of the SPAR Challenge races here in Port Elizabeth, and many people remember the day back in May 2004 when a few hundred ladies set off on the very first ever PE SPAR Challenge race, and the challenge is still there.
We did the things that cannot be done. Whoa, I'm so tired, guys. But it was great. And I ran because they were walking in front of me and I was walking with my other friends. Oh my gosh. But I finished it in an hour. Yay! It was what I expected and more. Met a lot of wonderful people along the way. Saw a lot of lovely women that had some nice tutus and things. It was honestly really quite a nice experience. I enjoyed it thoroughly.
I enjoyed it. It's my first year that I'm participating and I'm not sorry. I will do it every year.
It's so refreshing. My body feels so good after this. I needed it. So it's amazing, really. The SPAR Ladies race, as you can see, it's the most beautiful race. So I'd love to be part of it every single year.
This gives us pride and joy being a lady. It's something you can't describe.
This is my first actually. I started with the racing last year only, so now the first SPAR one is done, but it's not the last.
But beneath the pristine beauty of the sea and the beaches lies an ugly reality: plastic pollution, an environmental scourge that threatens the very viability of the coastal environment. SPAR cares deeply about this problem, and it is the charity focus of the race this year.
It's a brave statement we're making. Obviously, we can't ban plastic and we can't stop plastic immediately. So this is a starting point. It's about changing mindsets of how people deal with plastic, because it is a dangerous thing, and to create an environment and education of cleaning up after you, of reusing plastic bags and not just throwing them away, and recycling and getting that education so that people are aware of the environment and what the danger of plastic is. And gradually, hopefully in years to come, we will be able to take plastic right out of the system. We're now going to use that money to have clean-up campaigns. So we're going to get the schools involved, the universities involved, and get them to clean up their areas, which is also nice because, generally speaking, those beneficiaries have been centralised in Port Elizabeth. So now we can spread the love and get out to Ingcobo and George and East London and to the various areas that we do support. The whole idea is that we will have a whole lot of recycling people coming along, walking with us. Hopefully other suppliers will come on board with us as well, so that we can almost create a wave of corporates and suppliers talking the same language as us. So that's really our hope. And I'm pretty sure that the campaign has been incredibly successful in terms of the responses that we've had. Hopefully gradually we will get the whole system, people thinking differently about what they do with plastic.
3 tons of fun got the crowd roaring with excitement before the final curtain fell on the 25th SPAR race in Port Elizabeth, and with it the official prize giving. And with a smile as wide as the Free State, Kesa Molotsane took the first prize and the unofficial title of the new Queen of Women's Road Running in South Africa. But will that crown stay in place for the rest of the year? We will see at the next SPAR Grand Prix race in Durban on June the 24th. See you there.